recently I have got a lot of comments on how to send an email with email confirmation link where a person needs to verify his email before he is able to make a next step on our website. So let me show you how to do it. Hey, what's up guys? Senaid here from codingpassiveincome.com, the place where I help others to become a web developer much easier and faster than they will do it on their own. So if that is something that interests you, consider subscribing. So now I'm here at my PHP store, and my goal for this video is to first create a registration form, and after that we will send an email with email confirmation link, and that person will not be able to log into our website before he verify his email. So in order to create a registration form, we need to start HTML document. Okay, I will set title to the register, and then I'm going to include the Bootstrap library. Okay, so I'll go to download, and I will use CDN link from the latest version of Bootstrap. Okay, so now inside the body we are going to have one container, and then inside this container we are going to have one row, and I'm going just to put everything to the center, and in this one row we will have one column. So I'll set div class, I'll set column MD6, and let's align everything to the center, and maybe let's put some offset, let's say 3, so that this column with 6 is in the center because there is 12 columns. And maybe let's put margin top to the 100 pixels, and that should be it. So I will just at the top include my logo. .png set 2 new lines, and then let's create some form. So I'll use method post, I'll use action this same file, and then we are going just to have few basic inputs. So let's say name will be name, I'll set placeholder to the name, new line, and now I'm just going to duplicate this. The next one will be email, I will set type to the email and placeholder email. So I'll duplicate again, and I'll set this one to the password, type password, and then placeholder password, and let's put one confirmation password. This is just a good practice. Okay, and I'll say confirm password. Okay, and now let's just create another input. I will set type to the submit, name submit, and value register. Okay, so let's see what we have got at the moment. I will just upload everything to my server. Okay, say here PHP email confirmation register.php. Okay, and here is how it looks like. Maybe it will be better if for each input we will set class to the form control from the Bootstrap, and maybe for this one I'll set its button primary. So let's see now. So yeah, this form is looking a lot better. So now this is just the basic design, and we do not have any functionality, and in order to make one we will need to have a database and some table. So I have already created a new database with this name, so I will just now go to create a new table. I will set name to the users. Let's use engine inodb. Collation I will use UTF-8. Unicode C, it's here. Okay. So first one I will set ID, type integer, auto increment. The next one, let's say name, varchar, let's say 50, and let's set Unicode XC again. Okay, duplicate this. Email, it can be the same. Password, and for this one I will use 255. Okay, and we will need for later use is confirmed, or maybe we can say is email confirmed. It can be tiny integer 0 or 1. By default will be 0, and then we can use one column, it will be a token, let's say varchar, and I will set it to 10, Unicode C again. So which means that we are going to create one token for our email confirmation, so that we are sure that the right person has clicked on that link, and also we are going to make sure that email is confirmed before the person is able to make any further action on our website. And pretty much that's it. Okay, I'll just hit save, and now our table has been created. Okay, so now for this registration, as you can see, I'm not going to use jQuery or anything. I want to make sure that this tutorial will be understood by those that are just starting out and don't know anything about jQuery. Okay, so now we are going to check if someone is pressed on this button. So I will check, I will say if is set post submit, which means if someone has pressed on this button, okay, this one, we are just going to accept all those informations. So I will say here our name is post name. I will duplicate this, so we'll have email, we'll duplicate again, we'll have password, okay, duplicate again, and we are going to have confirm password, and that's it. So now we can make tests and verify if an email is correct, if name is not empty, etc, etc. But really that is not a goal of this video, and I have another tutorial on my channel where I'm talking about how to verify all those inputs. So for this one I will just verify if a password and C password are equal, and maybe we can just say if name equal empty or email equal empty or password different than confirm password. Okay, we will say that some variable message will be please check your inputs. Okay, else everything is okay. So maybe let's define here one variable message, and here we will just display that message if it's not everything okay. So I'll say if message different or empty, echo message and 2 new lines. Okay, so here if everything is okay, we should put all the details inside our table, but before that I'm going to make a new connection to our MySQL database. So I'll use MySQL. I'll say our host is localhost. Pass username is research email C, that's my username. Password is test123, and the name of my database is research PHP email confirmation. Okay, so now when we have this connection, we are able to escape the inputs. That's very important. So maybe I should do it like this. Because we want to escape all of those. And that's it. Okay. So now we can check if the person with this email already exists in the database. So we can say SQL equal connection query, select, for example, ID from users where email equal email. Okay, we will say if number of rows begin there 0, we can say that message email already exists in the database. Else, now here's the crucial part. Now we need to insert all those information inside the table, but also we need to create one token that we will use for a person, and also we need to send an email to that person so that he is able to verify his email. So in order to create one token, I will show you how to simply we can do it. So I will maybe use this website PHP tester. So let's say that we are going to create our token from a list of characters. So maybe let's first write all with the small letters, okay, like this, and then I'm going to use all those just with the caps lock on. So maybe let's just write it like this. This is just a very simple way to create. So now let's also add the numbers, okay, and then we can also add some special characters. So maybe I will do it like this. Okay, and that's enough. Okay, so now the next thing that I want to do is let's just use this one function from PHP. It's called the string shuffle, and let me show you what it will happen. So basically it will just mix all of those characters, so each time it will be the different. Okay, so as you can see here, so I will say that our string is equal that, and after that I'm going just to echo, for example, I will use function substring, and I will specify the first parameter is our string, and then first parameter is the starting position from those string where we will start. So I will use 0, which means start from the first character, and then the next number is how many characters we want, so I will say 10. Okay, and let's see what will happen now. So yeah, look at this. So this is now a very random token. Of course there are some other and better ways on how to do this, but I think that this one is probably the one of the easiest way for the beginners to understand this. Okay, so that's enough. Maybe I will just remove those two so that we don't have any problems later. Okay, so those shouldn't make any problem in the URL. Okay, so this is how our token will look like. Okay, so let me just now copy this. I will paste it here and say that our string is equal this. Okay, and maybe let's change this string, sorry, to the token. Okay, and now let's save this to the database. So I will say connection query, and I will say insert into users, and then we are going to store name, email, password is email confirmed, and token. Okay, and I will say here values. So we have our name, we have our email, and now our password I will show you later is email confirmed. I will set to the 0, and our token is token. Okay, and now for the password, it will be better to create a hash of the password that user has entered. So I will use something that is available from the PHP version 5.6. So I will say hashed password is equal, and then I will say password hash function. I will specify the password that a person has entered, and now we need to specify the algorithm type that we need to use. So I will use password default. You can also use password bcrypt here. Okay, the only difference is that if we use password default, we need to remember that in the future this algorithm type can be changed, and that our hash can be longer than 60 characters. And if we use bcrypt, it will always be 60 characters. So let's say I'll use bcrypt, and I will store it here. Okay, and now we need to put some message. Okay, you have been registered, please verify your email. And now we need here to send an email to this person so that he is able to verify his email. So in order for us to send an email, we can use a native mail PHP function, but I want to show you how to use PHP Mailer, and on that way you will always send an email, and probably in most cases it won't go to the spam folder. So first we need to download PHP Mailer. So I will go to the Google and type PHP Mailer. There's a first link. Okay, and down here I will go to the clone or download and hit download. I'm going to store it to this folder. Okay, save. It's here. I will extract. Okay, delete this library. And then from here I can only get those files. We don't need anything else. So I will copy, paste, I will delete this, and let's maybe change the name to the PHP Mailer. Okay, so now in this latest version of PHP Mailer, we need to use a namespace from the PHP Mailer. So we can do it like this. So like this, and then we need to also include PHP Mailer file. Okay, and now here, if we did everything as we should, maybe we should move this to the top here. Okay, and here, once we have included, let's create a new variable. So I'll say mail equal new PHP Mailer, and now I will set mail, and then I will say set from. So this is who is sending an email. So I will just say in this example, this is codingpassiveincome.com. Okay, now we need to set where we are sending an email. So this is an email from the customer, from our person who is registering, and then we can also set the name of that person. Okay, we need to set a subject. So I will say please verify email, and then we need to set if is it HTML or not. I will set to the true. Okay, and then we need to create a body of this email. So I will make it a very simple. So maybe let's say please click on the link below. I will set 2 new lines, and then we are going to create one link. So let's say that our verification link will go to the HTTP codingpassiveincome.com PHP email confirmation. Okay, and now I will just have one file, let's say confirm.php, and to that file I'm going to pass through get method 2 variables. First one will be email, that is an email of the person, and the second one will be token, so I will say token. Okay, and that's it, and maybe I'll say click here. Okay, and now all we need to do is just to send an email. So I'll just say if mail send, it will say this. Okay, else message something wrong happened, please try again. So there's some problem. Okay, so there is quite a lot of the code, so let's try to test. So we need to upload those two. Okay, and now let's refresh and try to test. So I'll say okay, password test 123, test 123, register. Okay, so what is the problem? Call to undefined function password hash. So it looks that the server version on my server at the moment for this folder is not 5.6. So let me just update it through the control panel. So now I have updated my server version and we can try again. And I didn't show you this part how I did that because it all depends from the hosting to the hosting. So the best way for you will be to use a Google to see how to update the server version. And as I said, this password hash function requires 5.6 or later. Okay, so let's try again. So let me just delete everything from the table users. Okay, so let's try again. 1 2 3 test 1 2 3 register, and now it says you have been registered, please verify your email. So let's check now our table users. As you can see, there is one new person added, but our token is empty. Let's see, did we get an email? So yeah, the email is here. Let's see. Okay, and the token is empty here too, as you can see down below. So I'll delete this email and let's see where is the problem. So the token problem is here. We need to use token instead of string. Okay, so let's quickly delete this person, upload the new version, and let's test again. So I'll just try to refresh, continue. Okay, select users, and now everything looks good. The new user has been added and the token is there. So we have received an email too. Let's see now, and as you can see now down below there is a token appended to this link. Okay, but now the problem is if we click here, as you can see it says page not found because we do not have confirm.php file. So let's create a one. So I will just go here, new PHP file, I will set confirm. Okay, and now what we need to do is we need first to check if there is an email and a token, and if there isn't, we will just redirect user to the register PHP. So I will say if not is it get email or not is it get token. We will just set header location register.php, else now we need to get an email from the link. Okay, email token. Okay, and let's make a new connection again. We can just copy that part from our register, it will be the same. Okay, so let's sanitize real escape string. Okay. So now first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that in our table we have this person with this email and this token. Okay, so let's say SQL equal connection query, and I will say select ID from users where email equal this email and password and token equal this token. And maybe let's say we also want to make sure that and this email confirmed equal 0. So only if there is an email and token and email is not confirmed, we will execute this. So we will say if SQL bigger than 0, we will just redirect again. So maybe let's move this to the function redirect, because we will use it a couple of times, so we are going to use it here. Okay, so and before that we need to update, so we will say connection query, and I will say update users set is email confirmed equal 1 and token equal, let's say, an empty. Okay, and that's it. Else, if that is not the case, we are going again just to redirect a person. So let's save, upload this file to, and let's try to refresh. So I have been now redirected to the register PHP. Let's see what did happen inside the database. So I'll hit select, and there is nothing that has happened. I'm not sure why. Let's see. We said if number of rows is bigger than 0. So is email confirmed equals 0, token equal token, and email equal email. So this part is looking good. I'm not sure what can be wrong. Maybe the problem is here. Okay, let's not redirect, just to see what will happen. Maybe there is some error. Let's click again here. So nothing. Okay, so this is interesting problem. So the problem is obviously in this query. So we made a mistake here. It needs to be like this, and we need to say where email equal email. So let's try again. Refresh. Let's now check. So yeah, now is email confirmed is set to the 1 and the token is empty. So that's it. I'll just remove this comment so that it will redirect when it execute. Okay, so now maybe the better way will be to redirect the person to the login, or maybe to just show a message that email has been verified. So he will say echo your email has been verified, you can log in now. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so now let's quickly just also create a login form. So just to quickly show you how to verify if the email is verified or not. So I will just duplicate this register file. I will set login. Okay, and then I can just remove this, and we don't need a name, we just need a password, and here we will just say if email or like this, and then let's delete this part here. Okay, and here we will just remove name and confirm password. Okay, button will be login. So now when someone submit this form where we're sending in email and password, at the top here we will just check if email is empty or password, and if it is, we will show a message, please check your inputs. Otherwise we are going to check our users table. So I'll say here password. So select ID password from users where email equal email. Okay, and now our password is, as you can see here, a hash. So we need to check this hash. So I will say here, we don't need this part. So I will say again here, please check your inputs if there isn't a person with this email, and maybe let's say we will get is email confirmed. So here first thing we need to get this, so I'll say SQL fetch array, and then we are going to say that if password verify, so first parameter is the entered password, and the next one is the hash that is stored in the database. So if this password is okay, we will continue here, else we will say again please check your inputs. We can also say please check your password, but probably that is not the right move regarding security. Okay, and now if a password is okay, let's make a test for if is email confirmed. So I will say if data is email confirmed equals 0, we will say again please verify your email, else we will say here, now you can create a session here and all other things that you will usually do with the login, but at our case we will just say message you have been logged in. Okay, so let's test this and see did we write the code correctly. Okay, I'll go here, maybe here, login. Okay, so our email is test123 login, and it says please check your inputs. So I'm not sure where did we get this, just a moment. So email, password, we have both, so this part here is not the case. So let's see what is. It says password is email from users where email equal email. So let's give some numbers so that we know what is happening. So let's say this is number 1, this is number 2, just to make sure that we know where is the problem. Okay, refresh, continue, and it says number 1. So number 1 is here. It says that there isn't a row like this. So let's try again. Senaid @gmail.com 1 2 3, and now it's okay. It looks that I have made a mistake with my email, some type of mistake. Okay, so it says you have been logged in, but now let's make a test and change this is email confirmed to the 0. Okay, I'll hit save, and let's try to log in again, and it says please verify your email. And basically guys, this is all that you need to know. It's just how to create a link, how to create a token, how to send an email, and then you will just have one column and where we are going to check if the user has already verified his email or not. So guys, I hope that this tutorial is very simple and useful to you, and if you have any questions, please ask in the comments below. And also, if you like this video, please like it and share it to your friends. Take care.